Hey everyone, and welcome back to my Amazon Australia 2024 series. Now, today we are on part 3. This is the final part of a mini series inside my series that is actually talking about 3 major lessons I have learned and 3 things you should be aware of as a new seller when you're getting started. Now, we covered product validation, and if you missed that one, wait to the end of this video and you can go back and watch that. It's going to really help you validate your product ideas so you're not wasting money on bad ones. Now, this is the final one. I want to speak to you about my last lesson, but before, if you're new to my channel and this is your first ever video, I'm Chris Steff. I've been involved in Amazon for over 5 years now. I sell globally, but I specifically teach more about Amazon Australia as it's a growing opportunity. So every video I drop in my series or even in last year's series is related about Amazon and making you the best seller you can be as a beginner. So if you're new to my channel and that's what you're looking for, make sure to subscribe. And if you like this video by the end of it, hit that like button because it will help get this video out to more people like yourself. So today, let's get into the final lesson or final teaching that I think you should know as a new seller, and that is success loves speed. Now, this is a quote by brother and business partner Eric. He loves this quote, and it's not all about speed of execution, but it's about speed of learning and improving on your mistakes. Now, as a new seller, you're gonna make mistakes. There's gonna be hiccups, but how quickly you can recover and implement change is how quick you're gonna grow as a seller. So let's get into the first part of this video, which is the ability to pull the trigger and take action fast. So let's bring this back to selling on Amazon, and specifically Amazon Australia. Right now, there is a massive opportunity in Amazon Australia. There is so many gaps in the market where you can come in, make a $1, $2, $3, $4, $5,000 extra a month because people don't fully know how to sell properly there yet. So if you have the right guidance and you have the right knowledge and you know what to look for, you can actually find gaps in the market and you can then act fast and become one of the top sellers. Now, what I mean by this is you're doing the data research, you're finding where you can make money and where people are profitable, but maybe aren't selling that well, and then you have to pull the trigger. So the first part about this is you have to act fast. And what this means is that firstly, you need to do the research, but then when you find that product, you then need to do the hours to get that product out as quick as possible. If you find the opportunity, you can't be waiting around because someone else will swoop in and get there before you. And if you can beat everyone else to the finish line or to the start line in this case, you're going to set yourself up to be at the top of the products going forward because you're going to get the early sales, you're going to get the early reviews, you're going to get the good ratings and the good ranking. And from there, it's going to be much harder for people to come in and take that position off you. So you're looking for that opportunity and then you're acting fast. Let's just go back over this again. The ability to pull the trigger and take action fast. Now, this is something that I actually learned on one of my earlier product launches. We saw this opportunity. We saw that there was potential to make a decent amount of money with a fairly simple product. But what we did wrong is we actually took too long to get the product out there. We spent time redesigning, getting new molds, trying to come up with this slightly different product when really it wasn't that different to the current ones on the market. Now, what we did wrong is that if we had acted fast and just sent this product out straight away, we could have got actual market data straight back and then made any adjustments that we need to do. Instead, we went a little bit too fancy. We took a little bit too long getting so many samples, getting new molds made up, creating this new design. Now, there's a few flaws to this product, but one of the main things that we had wrong was that we didn't pull the trigger quick enough. If we had gone in as soon as we saw this opportunity, we would have made a lot of money very early on. And from there, we could have made adaptations, launched variations, and done all sorts. But because we actually took too long to pull that trigger, by the time we launched our product, there was almost 4 times the amount of competitors in the market. And at that stage, even though we sold through a lot of our inventory, it was nowhere near as profitable as it would have been if we'd launched 2 or 3 months earlier. So on the back of this, it is good to have an idea of your budget. It's good to have an idea of how much you want to spend so that when you find that opportunity, you're not like, oh, I don't think I can do this. You're like ready and bam, you're into it. You're doing all the hard work and you're getting it out there before anyone else has a chance to get in there before you. So that's just like the main key concept about acting fast. Amazon is a search platform. There is new products being launched every day. And to capitalize and make the most amount of money, you have to get in there before other people. So as soon as you see an idea, whether it's on TikTok, whether you see it in a different marketplace, maybe in the US, it's not being sold in Australia, but the data is there that's saying it could be a winning product, you need to get it in as fast as possible because that's when you have the most opportunity. Now, the second part to this is failing fast, but failing forward. As a beginner, you're going to make mistakes. And by being fast and acting fast, there's a higher chance that you're going to make more mistakes. However, that's okay. Mistakes actually turn into lessons as long as you know how to look back at what you've done and then improve. As long as you're failing forward, you're only going to become a successful seller at a faster rate. You're going to make mistakes. It happens to everyone in whatever workforce, whatever career. You make mistakes, but then you try not to make them again. And if you can do that, you're going to grow. Because what they do is they teach you what you've done wrong, and from there you can then implement how to do that correctly. So this one is failing fast, but failing forward. By moving at speed and pulling the trigger and not just sitting there and being like, oh, umming and ahhing and being indecisive and having sort of like blankness of where to go next. Like you just don't think you can go forward. You don't learn anything. If you haven't done anything, if you haven't launched a product, if you haven't got a sample, if you haven't paid to try some PPC, whatever it is, if you don't try it, you're not going to get any data. You're not going to know if you could be successful. You're not going to know what you need to do next. You need to act. You need to make mistakes, but you need to learn from these mistakes. And from these mistakes, you then need to improve and you need to upskill. So every time you make a mistake, you need to see why you've made that mistake. And then you need to see what you can do to become a better individual, a better seller. And from doing this, you're going to literally speed past all the other competitors and all the other sellers out there that are not interested in trying new things, that are scared to try new ideas, that don't have the capacity to pull that trigger and have a shot. So once again, fail fast and fail forward. Now, I'll give you a recent example of this. We had a new product launch. This was not in Australia, this was in Canada. We already had this product in Australia and we were taking this globally. This is one of the benefits of starting in Australia. You can build up your reviews and then you can go launch in other marketplaces once you got the capital and you know your product's good enough. And over in Canada, they have this thing called the Vine program. So basically you pay Amazon to give out your product to people for free, to customers for free who are interested in this product, and they're going to give you a review. And this is great. This is a great way to get a lot of reviews early on in your launch, which is very important. Now, the mistake we made here is that we hadn't really used the Vine program that often. We didn't know too much about it, but we thought this is a great idea and we just went for it. We wanted to launch this product as fast as possible and we just went for it. Now, what the issue was that the people that were buying our product weren't our avatar. So they didn't really know what they were buying and we didn't get all the good reviews that we wanted. We got some mixed reviews and it wasn't as successful as we were hoping. So you could almost see this as like it didn't go to plan. It wasn't exactly what we want. It was almost a bit of an L. But what we did after is where we acted fast and we implemented the lesson. So we learned two things. Firstly, we learned that the Vine program is only good if your product isn't to a specific avatar. We had a slightly higher product, higher ticket product is more expensive. People are getting this product getting for free. So generally they're not also an avatar that normally buys our product. People that buy our product normally have money to spend and they care about what they're doing in their life and what this product will do for them to help them become better people. So with this specific product, there wasn't the right avatar. The second thing we learned is that people didn't fully understand the product from the instructions, even though like it was clear enough of what the product was, but we needed to highlight the benefits and how it works better. So we created a PDF or an ebook that was attached to a code, a QR code, And on the next order, we added this QR code in there on an insert card so that people could scan it as soon as they receive the product and they can see all the benefits, how to use it, the best ways, when we do it, examples, what you're going to feel. So they really knew how this product was going to work. And this is already giving not only added value to the customer, but it's also giving them like an understanding so that as future reviews come in, they already know what the product's doing. They know exactly how it works. They know if it has been doing its job. And they're going to write about that rather than writing about, I'm not really sure what this does, or I think it does this, or it's not, I've never seen one of these before and I don't know how it works. So we could have taken it and just been like, oh, the Vine program doesn't work. But instead of thinking about it that way, we're like, okay, well, the Vine program's taught us that we need to add more value. We need to give more. We need to explain more. And it's also showed us that in future product launches, we can't be using this program if it's specific to a certain avatar that we want. So you can quickly see how you can act fast and turn a potential negative into a positive. And from this, we've now had less customer messages, and we've actually been able to grab more emails as they download our ebook, which is a great way to remarket in the future. So you've got to think about how can you turn these lessons into positives as quick as you can, because this is how you're going to be able to accelerate your knowledge and growth and skills as an Amazon seller. So guys, there was two main points I discussed today. The ability to pull the trigger, take action fast to capitalize on gaps in the market is crucial. And fail fast and fail forward. We all make mistakes, but we need to identify quickly how to improve, and then we need to implement those corrections. The inability to pull the trigger and take risks and learn from your mistakes is going to completely slow your growth as a new seller. You need to keep having a crack, not be too scared because mistakes come, and just know that this happens to everyone. I'm telling you this because this is so important. This is one of the things I learned early on. I would not be here educating you on this. I would not be creating these amazing brands that I have now if I had not made simple mistakes that I learned from. So guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope you like this mini 3-part series inside my bigger 2024 Amazon Australia show. Like I said earlier, there's so much content you can go watch. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to continue following my journey and keep learning about Amazon and how you can become the best seller you can be, make sure to hit that subscribe below, give it a like, and until then, I'll see you in the next video and happy selling.